Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome in to the Rockstarflipper live show here on a Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Each and every Thursday, I'm here live to talk about eBay, Amazon, reselling, business owning, making money, YouTube, social media, whatever you guys want to chat about. So thank you guys for joining me. And with me this week is Chewbacca. This is Chewy. It's our little rescue dog, and I've got him here for a special reason I'm going to tell you guys about just a second. I just want to say a quick hello to everyone in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. We already have 43 people in the chat room, so thank you. Thank you. We're going to talk about the realities of reselling today. We're going to talk about a lot of things that I learned last night, and I want to tell you about a special meetup I was at last night and some shout outs there as well. Just so I can let him run. Next week, those of you that have been with me for the long term, you remember last year, January last year, we did a charity live stream for my very dear friend Sarah's dog charity, Furry Buddy Animal Rescue. And it's coming up on the holidays, and it's been a while since I've helped her out. And so I want to do a charity stream for her coming up next week. And so I'll make the announcements in the coming days. Make sure you follow me, and I'll put it here on the channel where I'm going to do a live stream. It's not going to be 24 hours again because that was really crazy, but I'm going to do it for quite a few hours. And all the donations, we'll make a really good a good impact on her charity 501c. I'll provide you guys with the photos of her charity and her paperwork, just so you guys know that the money's going to an actual charity. So if you guys can help out with that, that'd be awesome. I don't usually ask a lot of people to do that, but our little Chewbacca is a rescue dog. He was wandering my office, 2.5 years ago in the storm, in the rain, skinny, not eaten, matted, just destroyed. And we took him to the vet, tried to find his owner, couldn't, and now he stays with us, and he wants to run. You don't want to be on YouTube, buddy? Look. There you go. Go get mama. Go ahead. Okay, go get him. So we're going to do that next week. It's going to be awesome. Make sure you join me. I'll make sure I put that up there. We let Chewbacca run along. So let's talk about today's topic, reselling a reality. Can you make a living full-time on eBay, on Amazon, on reselling, on whatever you choose to do? The answer is yes. And I want to tell you, can you close that door, by the way? I want to tell you guys a little bit about a meetup. Last night, I did an Amazon resellers meetup in Tampa. Thank you, Peter, for putting that together. We had about 40 people, I think 45 people last night, and it was awesome. And so a lot of the people that I met and that I got to know and that I answered a lot of questions from, they were new sellers who just started in the last, say, 60 to 90 days. And some of them had started, say, the beginning of this year, but most of them had less than a year of experience, less than a year. And man, what a great year to start, right? What a crazy year to get going on eBay and Amazon. So, hey, Star, those of you that know my mods, they're all in the house. Flippin' Hippos is Star and Keith. Make sure you do check them out. So a lot of people less than a year of experience reselling. Kate, can you get the door? My door. Sorry if the sounds off. I got Kate shutting the door right now. So, and every one of them wanted to know if they could make a living out of this, if they could quit their job. Oh, I got asked so many times about quitting their job. Hey, thanks, Ricky Thomas, for the $1.99 for the rescue puppy. Thank you so much for that. And so here's what I want to tell you guys about starting to be a reseller full-time, quitting your job, which makes me cringe, and that sort of thing. What does it take? Well, those of you that know, I've been doing store reviews for the last week. I've done well over 200 store reviews now, most of them free, some of them charged. Here's the bottom line with reselling, in the most part, because it's rare that you see people selling $300, $400, $500 items. Most people are going to have an average sell price of $20 to $30. Whether it's clothing, whether it's video games, whether it's shoes, whether it's this or that. Now, some people are lucky and are over 50, 60 bucks. There's not many of you. If you take polls, you're going to find out that most people are down in that $20, $30 range. So let's just assume that we can get, full-timers averaging $20 a piece. Well, if you want to sell, what's a full-time income for everyone? What does everyone think an average full-time income? And we're talking pre-tax, because if you make $50,000 as a teacher, that's your salary. You still have to pay taxes. If I make $50,000 as a reseller, I have to pay taxes. Now we're talking profit. We're not talking gross. You guys can, gross $1 million and make $10,000 in profit. I'm just talking profit. 100,000 full-time, Ed Parks, I mean, and the conversation's going to go, it depends on where you live in the country. Absolutely. If you live in California, it's going to be higher. Just talking about an average um, pre-tax gross profit income. A lot of people talking 100, 120,000, man. So I thought that 60,000 was the number. I thought for a single individual, you could live off $60,000. And that would be, $5,000 a month. I think 60 is a good average. If you live in California, if you live in New York, you're not going to be able to live on less than 100. But, here in Florida, 60 grand will go a long way. $5,000, you can get a mortgage around here. I have a friend with a really nice house. I mean, he paid $150,000 for a house, and his mortgage with everything is like $1,200. So you can pay $1,200. That's taxes, insurance on the house. You could have a $400 car payment, $200 insurance, $100 cell phone, $12 Netflix, $500 for gas and food. You could have, a credit card that was maybe a couple $100 a month. You could have your electric bill could be $150. Your cable internet could be $150. You could have a lawn guy for $75. I mean, I'm still not to $3,000. So you should be able to live on $5,000 pretty comfortably as a single person. And if you make that, now remember you're 60,000 after deductions and everything, you shouldn't owe, you're going to be in like the 26% or 24% market. You're going to owe the IRS $17,000 in taxes, but you get to take deductions and stuff. You should get off with about 10 grand on 60,000. It should be about fair. So you're going to bring home 50,000. So that's going to bring you in about $4,200 a month. And that's really the goal. I mean, at $4,200, you can live. You're not going to be buying nice cars or big houses or whatever. But at $60,000, I mean, you should be able to live. Most people living a reasonable lifestyle can live off of $4,500, $4,000 to $4,500 a month. That's kind of bare minimum for all the bills. Hey, James Thrift. Because we all want to be a rock star. Thank you for the $10 super chat, James. I appreciate it. Listen, I want to be last name Thrift. Okay, so what's my point of telling you these averages, these numbers? So we're going to assume, hey, go on to eBay to Lily's Closet 54, $1.99, $5 dog rescue. Thank you, Lily. Appreciate that. So if we talk about the side of things of we want to make $60,000 pre-tax so we can take home 45 to 50 after the IRS gets their part of it. What is first name Thrift? Yeah. What does that number really amount to? Well, we just said we can sell items for $20. Well, on a $20 item, how much profit are we making? We're making $10, right? Because we're probably going to spend on fees. We're going to spend right around like $3, $4. We're going to buy items for a couple bucks. We're going to pay for a shipping label. We're at like $10 profit, right? Most people, $10, $12 profit. I'll just go off $10. We want to make $60,000 in profit. That's 6,000 items a year you have to sell. 6,000 items a year. And we're going to divide 6,000 items by 365 days. That's 16.4 items a day total. Now, it could be all eBay. It could be Amazon. It could be mixed. It could be matched. It could be 8 platforms. You could be selling garage sale items every weekend, doing 100 items a weekend. 5,200 of those items could be, on garage sales. Who knows? 16 items a day. So that's a full-time income, 16 items a day. If you get your average sale price up and you're good, maybe you can slide with 12 items. Let's say you hit $30 or $40 an item. Yeah, now you got to sell 10 or 12 items a day. Bottom line is, how many people in this chat right now sell 16 total items a day in and day out? Is there anybody that sells 16 items every single day at a $20 or $30 average sale price? Oh, flipping hippos. Look at you, Star. Look at you. But Jamie Pace does sell 16 items a day. No. Not me. I was close. Not me. Nope. Okay. So, hey, Christine Stevens. Sorry. Thank you so much for the live chat, super chat, $2 for her first. Okay. So now we have everyone in here saying that they don't sell 16 items a day. Now, see, the seam store, you do better. You have a $57 average, so you're 2.5 times. So if you cut that in half, you only have to sell 8 items a day. There you go. So Stephanie has an ASP around 50. We're talking about double, more than double what we want. So then you just cut that number in half. You have to sell 8 a day. You sell 1 to 3 a day, so you're not doing too bad. So most of us do not sell 16 items a day. Most people don't sell 16 items a day. What would it take to sell 16 items a day? Well, we all know the 1%. 1% a day means 1,600 items. But everything's slower on eBay right now, especially for clothing. 2,000 items. 2,500 items. That's what it's going to take. Megan Mawhinney, who's my admin, she's not in the chat right now, has 4,000 items up and sells 20 a day. Her average sale price is like 24, I want to say, 25. So hopefully that clears up just what it takes to be a full-time reseller. Now, obviously, if you're one of those lucky people that we see that has a $40 or $50 average sell price, you only need 8 or 10 items a day. You could probably get away with 1,000 to 1,500. So you have to list more items. Now, does that mean going out and buying 10,000 pieces of clothes? No. You could buy shoes. I mean, you could, do what we do and try to get the average shoe count up. Try to do things like that. You could buy electronics like this fancy thing right here that you could sell for 50 or 60 bucks to get the sale prices up. I just want to give you guys an idea of what the work really takes. So when I was at this meetup last night with these fantastic people, they wanted to know the realities of going full time, of being sellers. And so when you break it down, it really makes you think this is a job. This is a wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, ship your packages by 9, go to the store and buy 50 items, come home by, 2 o'clock, list them until 6, eat dinner, and answer some messages and comments and offers and edits at nighttime. This isn't a lollygag around all day job. I mean, when you wake up and go to your job as a teacher or an accountant or an office person and you work, what time do you wake up and what time do you come home? Do you wake up at 10 and do you come home at 3? Of course not. You wake up at 7, you go to work by 9 o'clock and you come home at 5. It's a job. But why is this job better than going to a 9 to 5? It's freedom. You're able to do what you want to do and build it. And eventually you'd want to pay someone to do your listings, which will free up your time. And this is something I see all over the internet about, oh, you can make millions overnight. I mean, do you guys want me to make a video that says become rich overnight? Nobody wants to hear that, because what's going to happen is you're going to go and do it and you're going to make 10 bucks and you're going to come and yell at me. Like, I guess, whatever. I mean, no boss. Yeah, exclusive elegance, no boss. I don't think there's a better time to list. As long as you're listing, I think you're good. I've never really thought about, like, is it better to list at 9 a.m. or 9 p.m.? I mean, yeah, no boss. You get to be your own boss. So you get to make your own hours. As long as you're putting in the same 10 or 12 hours a day, that's perfect. Don't lay around. And, I get these people that wake up at 10, they ship some packages, they eat lunch, they go to the store, they might buy a few items, they come home, they eat dinner, they list a few, and they've put in a total of like 3 hours of work, and they've got like 150 items. And if they've got a full-time job, that's fine. I'm talking about people that don't have a full-time job. This is all they do. And they literally have 100 items in their store and they can't sell anything. Like, it's not me being mean or mad. It's just, you can't expect, you get what you put in. You get out what you put in. And that's just the easiest way to say it. And I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to let you guys ask all the questions. I'm going to answer questions. People watch this to ask questions. Big shout out, Sky of Stars. Thank you so much for the store review. You're very welcome. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Really means a lot. I really, really appreciate that. Is FBA looking better than eBay? FBA's always been a really good, place. It allows you to free up time because you don't have to worry about handling the packages. You don't have to worry about shipping. You really free up your time, and that's a big, big thing. So FBA is really good. So Star, which if you guys haven't seen her YouTube channel, she really puts in a lot of time and effort into this sort of thing. Routines, schedules, and to-do lists. That's kind of my next topic after I let you guys ask some questions. You gotta make a routine, a schedule. You gotta have a daily, everyday thing. 1 hour for shipping, 1 hour for answering messages and offers and comments and blah blah blah. 4 hours for listing. And 2 hours for at least going out to stores, maybe 3 or 4 hours. And that's where we get our 8 to 10 hours a day. You got to list, you got to source, you got to answer emails, messages, shipping, all that stuff's got to be done every single day. And it's a 7-day-a-week job. Jamie hit the nail on the head. 7 days a week. You don't need a second store. You can do it to all in one store. Megan Mawhinney has 4,000 items. She sells clothes. She sells shoes. She sells jeans. Hey, Colleen's in the house. Can't wait to see Colleen. I get to see her in a couple weeks. I get to see Star. Oh, that's a huge thing too, guys. I'm going to be with Star, Keith, Sydney, Kate, and Colleen all in St. Augustine, Florida in about 3 weeks right after Posh Fest. So I'll be in Posh Fest in 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. And then I'll be in St. Augustine with all those wonderful people the week after. So I have some great videos for you guys. Yeah, Christina has a great thing too. Spread yourself out on other platforms. Go to Posh, do eBay, do Amazon. Those are our 3. I recommend 3. We also do some local sales. So I guess you can count the local sites, Marketplace and whatnot as 4. Really, really try to get at least 3 platforms. And even if you can just sell an extra, just say you go on to 2 more platforms. If you're on 1 right now and you go to 2, and you can sell 1 item a day per platform, that's 2 extra items a day. That's an extra 730 items a year. That's an extra 14,600 in sales. That's an extra $7,300 a year in profit. That could pay for your whole car payment and car insurance all year. You got a $400 car payment and a $200 car insurance. That right there, just going to other platforms, pays for your car and car insurance for the whole year. What's your theory on high price items, not volume? The real Stitch. I'll talk about that in just a second. That's a great question. What's up, Lisa? I see you. Can you explain how to do Amazon? James, I have quite a few videos on Amazon. It's really just a matter of scanning items and getting prices. It's no different than looking up solds on eBay, except Amazon doesn't have solds. You have to go by the current market. There are some apps and third-party programs that will let you see it, though. How do you know what will sell? Checking the sold listings. Checking the sold listings. Tam's Place. I used to have an office and warehouse. We now house everything here. We have a garage set up with all of our bin listings for clothing. They're around, I want to say like 1,200 pieces out there. We have almost 400 pairs of shoes here. So these stacks are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These stacks are 12 high, and we have 4 of them. So there's like 50 pairs around here. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 boxes of shoes right there. And there's probably about 10 or 15 pairs in there. So we have well over 200 pairs of shoes. And then we also have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bins there with probably another 200 or 300 pieces. We have well over 2,000 pieces of inventory in here. Some of it's on eBay Store 1, some of it's on eBay Store 2, some of it's on Amazon that you guys never really look at. Some of it's on Poshmark. It's just spread out all over the place. So yeah. Where are you sourcing your shoes? I can't really give up that source. I have a couple sources. I have 2 different sources for shoes. So here's the thing about high-priced items versus volume. I just saw that question roll through. Everybody's dream job is to buy $100 items that you can flip for $500 and only have to sell 1 a day. It doesn't happen. It's hard, and it takes a lot of capital. Don't get me wrong. The cell phone market was a huge amount of capital. I was spending $3,000 to $4,000 a week on cell phones, at least $3,000 to $4,000 a week. There were weeks I was spending $6,000. It was a huge capital infusion. So here's the thing with high price stuff. If you can find it, great. Grab everyone you can. If you can't, you got to fill your store with items that are going to sell and going to sell consistently. You can't go waiting all week to sell that one $200 Prada jacket. You can't do it. There are some people that have an entire store of Prada jackets. Well, that's great. If you have 500 Prada jackets, then you're going to sell some based on numbers every single day. But if you only got 1 Prada jacket, you can't just sit around and wait for that $500 score, because by the time you sell 1 $500 Prada jacket in 2 months, I could have sold $120 shoes for $2,000. So kind of keep that in mind. Yeah, Los Angeles County, if I lived there, it would be fantastic. So Katie and Vicky are in the house. What's up, Katie and Vicky? And they have a really so Katie used to be in the best thrifting area ever. She's now in Vegas, which is still really good. If you guys are in a good spot like Katie and Vicky, their average sale prices are $40 and they do fantastically well on that. She still has some bread and butter items. If you've never checked out Katie's store, she'll be happy to share it with you, or her YouTube channel has the links to it. They are in Las Vegas, which is much better. I didn't spend a lot of time doing thrifting while I was on vacation. I hate doing that. I would love to, but they have a really good area. Hey, Christy Harris, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. And that makes going full time a lot easier. I think Katie and Vicky would concur that being full time requires a better average sale price. Once you have all day to source more, you definitely will find those better pieces because you're not rushing. You're not trying to just do it on the weekend or trying to do it after work. You're really focused. You have all day to find those $40, $50 items. Katie finds some incredible pieces. I mean, things that they just blow my mind. And it's not things that I would pass on, but it's things I just never see in Florida. I think part of our issue in Florida, I wish I could show you guys more stuff, is that we have a more relaxed, older crowd here. And so what the older people like, and I'm talking older, 60, 70, 80s. I'm talking, much older. I'm not talking 40s. I'm not talking 50s. Even 60s is young for a lot of these. Our communities are 60 and over communities. So those people are 70 and 80. They're elderly. Their sense of fashion is not our sense of fashion or eBay sense of fashion. So keep that in mind. Katie and Vicky just put it out there, 60 hours a week. Being a full-time reseller is not an 8-hour job 5 days a week. It's not a 40-hour job. It's 60, it's 70, it's 80. You guys have no idea how many hours I put in with YouTube and all that stuff. So, hey, $9.99, Colleen Gallagher, you must sing the super chat song like Katie sings. I don't know if I know how the super chat song goes. Is it something like super chat, she's super chatty? I don't have a Vicky to chatty, but there you go. Is that good? Did I do that right? Did I get that right? Hey, Thriller Gorilla, what's up? So I think that the area that you live plays a huge part in getting that average sale price. It's obvious. It's of course our elderly folk and our more relaxed kind of down in earth type fashion is not LA. It's not New York. It's not even Miami. I know a guy, he's in my VIP group. He's down in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Hollywood, Florida area, and he gets fantastic stuff. I love it. But it was so where we are is just not the best area. I won't lie about that. Puppy treats from Candace, thank you. Appreciate that for the boys. They're gonna love you so much. Really, really appreciate it. Terry Thomas, thank you for the $5 super chat. Katie and Vicky, Katie and Vicky at 16,000 gross. So we just talked about doing 5 or 6,000 gross a month, and they're doing 8,000 each on average. So there you go. And there's 60-hour work weeks between two people. They're not each working 30 hours. They're working 60 and 60 each. So Austin, Texas, Kristen Scott, Austin is good. PA has good stuff where Colleen is. The other side of it. So let me go into the last thing. You can't source phones in bulk. You have to buy them off the streets. If you want to get better items and you're going to go full time and you're going to do everything, the way that you're supposed to do it, and you're going to make your business full time and make the actual money it takes, Thrift Trader, do it again. All right, I'll do it one more time. This is my cheers to Katie and Vicky's super chat song. It's a super chat, super chatty. Thank you, Jason. Super chat. Thrift Trader up there, $10 super chat. He's got a fantastic YouTube channel too, and a new group on Facebook. So make sure you can hook up with Jason over there. You guys can message and hook up with any of my people that are admins and anybody you see in the chat. It's awesome. So Colleen is a perfect example. I'm not going to give away her bread and butter and her niche, but she sells items for $200 that she buys for $2 and $3. So the thing about that is it takes learning one item and then expanding on it. So I'll give you an example of one of my items. Now, this one's harder because it's known, but Harley Davidson jackets. A lot of people will sell them for 20, 30, 40, $50. they're going to be worth 500, 300, 100, 200. Any number of things you could hit on could be worth big money, and then you can go hunt those down. I'm not going to tell you what, Colleen sells, but she has a really niche item that she can pick up a couple a week on and sell for 200, 150, 175, 300. And she can flip them and make $150 profit. Hey, flipping cents into dollars. We all know who that is. $100 super chat, and electronics is where it's at. And yes, so Steven is 100% correct. You guys know it's our favorite dude. He is amazing. We love him. Thank you so much, Steven. $100 super chat. Give him a big round of applause. Round of applause for that. Thank you, Steven. Hashtag Steven rocks. Ooh, I might lose my Wi-Fi soon. It is storming like crazy in Florida. Electronics, yeah, it takes a little bit more money. You have to have some money, but and if you can do it, you can make it happen. Electronics, but Colleen hit on an item that was readily available. It's not something she's going to find every day, but she finds it every month, every week, and makes good money on it. So, I found good items on Harley jackets. I find them all the time. I'll pay up 30, 40 bucks for them because I can sell them for 200 bucks. What's another great item that I've sold? So another good one. Here's a really, really good one. So, fantasy books like Magic the Gathering. Colleen actually found some Dungeons and Dragons books the other day too. Things like World of Warcraft books, Warhammer books, the little collectible miniatures, any of that fantasy gaming stuff like that is all important things that people pay a lot of money for. And so I bought some Magic the Gathering books, a collection of them. I believe I paid like $5 for them, and they sold the very next night as a lot for $99. So then I immediately knew to buy fantasy books, and over the course of the next few months, we were buying them up like crazy and flipping, $2 books for $100, $2 books for $50. And so you add that to your bolo, to your own personal list, and now you've got, anytime you see that, you can sell those high dollar items. Same with Colleen, same with everyone. I know somebody that sells police badges and police patches and military stuff and medals, and his normal bread and butter is $20 items. But he's got a list of all these different things and types and years and this and that, $50, $60, $80, $50, and he finds them everywhere on auction sites, at estate sales, at yard sales, at Craigslist, at Marketplace. And the guy has a list. He's gone into a niche, and now he has 4,000 patches, medals, badges listed on his site. I will try to find that store. He loves showing off his store, so I'll try to find it later. And if I find it, I will put a link down in the description box. I can't promise you I'll find it. I always forget his store. And I can't save any more stores to my eBay because I have too many saved. So anyways, yeah, so nerd stuff is expensive. Yeah, haunted stuff sells. Yeah, I called out Canuck Gal. Yeah, the $100 super chat is Steven Fielder. He's the most amazing person ever. He's on my channel all the time, and we love Steven around here, and anything he ever needs is his. So, yeah. We called out Steven. We get him. I saw it right away. Thank you again to Steven. But so this is something you guys have to build on, and this also takes time. If you ask any full-time reseller, nobody wakes up knowing about the Dungeons and Dragons books or Harley jackets or this or that. There's 1,000 things that will sell for $50. You have to do it over time and experience and things like that. So if there's questions you guys want to ask, by all means, ask it before the storm knocks my Wi-Fi out. I'm not even kidding you guys. It is nuts outside. Woo. My dogs are probably freaking out. No minimum ROI. Typically, you want to try to make at least $10 to $15 an item. If you're making less than $10 profit, you're probably spending too much time on too many items. It's okay once in a while, but you don't want to have an entire store of that. By all means, no. Yeah, high-end women's blazers. There's a lot of blazers and coats that you can find. Don't think you're allowed to list as haunted. Ricky Thomas, that's a good question, actually. I've never listed anything haunted. Anybody confirm that? Ray Dunn, yeah, Caitlin Bolden. Ray Dunn is a huge market, and Ray Dunn is very collectible, and people hit on those all the time. It's a learning experience. Use clothing good to sell. Yes, certain brands, absolutely. Where did we go for Caitlin's birthday yesterday? Jason asked. We went to We went to American Social in downtown Tampa. You guys have seen some videos, American Social. It's that place that I always show you guys. It looks out over the water. And then we went to a reseller Amazon seller meetup at another place. And then we went to have a couple drinks after that. So that's what we did yesterday. And I'm going to take her to a hockey game in March. Tickets to a hockey game she wanted to go to in March. So no, not used panties. Absolutely not. What are the hottest toys this season? Holly Dixon, great question. Hottest toys. I seen some dinosaur toy. I don't know. I can't remember. He's like Rex something, or I don't know. The other thing is I heard about the PlayStation Mini Classic that's coming out. Is that going to be out before Christmas? Does anyone know? He's called Fur Real Munchin Rex. Also, the Harry Potter Lego sets are doing really good. The Poopsie Slime Surprise Unicorn. For some reason, unicorns are really, really popular right now. But the Fur Real, here, I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys the little Rex dude. He's pretty cool, actually. And he's been selling out, I guess, all over the place. He's called Fur Real Amazon Munchin Rex. Let me just share the screen. I'll show you guys. I have to do a video about this. There he is. Everybody can see that, right? Fur Real Munchin Rex. So right now he's on Amazon for like $50. I don't know how high he's going to go if he's going to sell out. I wouldn't recommend buying him to resell yet. Man, it is storming. If I get disconnected, guys, the Wi-Fi went out. It happens once in a while. Our Wi-Fi and our router is really good, but occasionally it does happen. So that's For Real Munchin Rex, in case you guys were interested. Yeah, Amazon blocks a lot of Legos, so know that you need to sell it based on eBay pricing. How much money do you need to start reselling to really get going? Full time, let's assume that you want to sell, and I don't know, let's just say you want to sell, a few items a day, 4 or 5 items a day. You're going to sell 150 items a month. So you have to be able to replace the 150 items, right? So if you're paying $2 a piece, that's $300. You have to build up to be able to sell 3 or 4 items a day or 5 items a day. So you're going to have to get to 500 active. Plus the 150 you're going to replace those with is 650. Probably need, if you want to start this seriously, it's going to take $1,000 or $2,000 to get going. You need to buy some supplies. You need to buy a scale, some light kits, some things. But the real answer is you don't need any money to get going. Sell the stuff around your house. Get yourself the basic supplies for $50, $100. Get yourself some envelopes, a tape gun, a scale. The scales are cheap. You can get everything you need really, really cheap. Don't spend a lot of money until you get going. Don't spend any money till you get going. Go out to a thrift store. Go in and don't spend money. Just take photos of stuff. Look up tags. Get the brands. Put them in your phone. Take photos of the brands. Everything you need to do, bring it home and research it. If you want to go back after you're sure and buy it, by all means. But don't go out to the store and burn through $500 and then lose a lot of money. So Jamie's cooking. Health insurance, Noel. Yeah, we'll talk about that in just a second. Mercari is slower than eBay, but it's steady. Everything that I hear is steady. Casey, try to figure out a way short of mailing a check to get the least fees for us to donate to the rescue. Yeah, Adam, I'll have that ready for you guys next week to donate to the rescue so we don't incur a lot of fees during the live show. That's a really good point that Adam just brought up. I will get that for you guys. Health insurance for resellers or any business owner is just done through a private company. You just have to call around and get quotes just like you would for car insurance. So there's 5 major health companies in this country outside of the government Obamacare marketplace. So you've got the ones that everyone knows about. You've got Blue Cross, Blue Shield, or whatever they're called now. You have Humana, you have Cigna, you have Aetna, and you have Aflac. Those are the 5 biggest. There may be one that I'm missing. I can't remember. I think those are the 5. So Humana, Aetna, Blue Cross, Cigna, and Aflac. I have Cigna. And so Cigna is typically, it's not the cheapest by all means. There are cheaper typically, but it's not the most expensive either. It's kind of hangs out in the middle. I've had my plan for the better part of 7 years. I did go the first couple years with no health insurance prior to, Obamacare was started in what? He took office in 08. So probably what? Maybe like 09 or 10. So for the first, so I've had this healthcare plan for 7 years. So I got it in 2011. So there may have been like 2 years that I didn't have health insurance. And I think the first year they didn't make anybody pay any fines. And the second year, I don't know if I paid a fine or what happened. I can't remember. But I have Cigna. And so all I did was just call around. I got quotes, basically, how much per company, and then what coverage was I going to get. And so I took the ones, 2 of them were like crap coverage. Like if I had to go to the hospital, I got to give them 10 grand out of my pocket and then maybe they'll cover something. I'm like, I don't want all that. And so, I took the ones that had good coverage where it was like 90% covered and my doctor's office visits are like $20. And if I had to take an emergency and a helicopter and an ambulance and all that stuff, it wouldn't cost me more than like $1,000. And so I got a really good coverage plan, deductible out of pocket, max out of pockets like $1,500 or something. I don't know. And then I also had to have dental and vision. And so I have vision. I have really bad eyes. If you guys didn't know, I wear contacts. If you've ever seen, my eyes are really close. I just can't see anything. So I have contacts. And to give you guys an idea of my healthcare coverage, I get 1 eye exam and 2 dental exams a year. So I get an eye exam once a year. And I get 2 dental exams, which includes the cleanings and the checkups and like sets of x-rays and all that during the year. And so I don't pay for those. Those are covered. And then if I have to go in, my contacts are 50%. And so these contacts are like 30, $25 a month. I think they are. They're right around $300 for the year, but I only pay like $140 for a whole year's supply of them. And then my dental work, if I have to go in and get anything cosmetic or extra or whatever, it's like 75% covered. So just call around, guys, get quotes. To give you an idea, obviously I got my plan when I was like 25. What am I, 33? So maybe 26 years old, 25, 26. And it's $205 a month, and it's gone up $4 in 7 years. I now pay $209 a month, and that's for my coverage. So, yeah. Kristen Scott, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. You guys have no idea how much that means to me. Thank you to everyone who super chatted, including Steven and everyone else. Thank you guys for that so much. Yeah, I thought about getting eye surgery. I kind of want to do it. Maybe. Blue Cross Blue Shield, Cigna, Humana, Aflac, and Aetna. Aetna's the other one. AENTA. I don't know. I think Aetna was pretty decent, actually. Yeah, the word insurance, people get mad at me, Heather, the reseller. People hate Chris's wife, Cheryl, my friend Chris that's in some of my videos. His wife, Cheryl, makes fun of me for saying insurance. She's like, is it insurance or insurance? And I'm like, it's ensuring you don't get sick. Anyways, so what's selling best for me right now? We're selling quite a bit of shoes. We sold like 5 pairs of shoes on Posh last week and like another 5 pair on eBay. So we're doing pretty good. Okay, so Mark gets it that you get what you put in. So when you start off, you have to work 60, 70 hours. And even when you get going, it's 60, 70 hours a week compared to your job, which might be 40 hours. But even full-time jobs, people take it home with them. They're still working 40, 50 hours. You don't have to punch a clock. You don't have to travel and work. Remember, a lot of people spend an hour a day just traveling to and from work. You get that hour back. You don't have a boss. You take lunch when you want. And so it does cost you a little bit more hours of working, but you do it when you feel like. And so that's kind of the thing. Hey, Bill Penny's in the house. Appreciate it. Bill, for being here. And some of the health insurance plans also will pay you. You can add supplemental to them, which is something I've been dragging on. I really need to do it. If I was to walk outside right now and get hit by a car and was in a body cast and had a concussion and couldn't work for weeks, Kate can handle. She can ship. She can list. She can take care of messages. She couldn't do the YouTube thing, which it's income, but she could take care of most of it, but we would lose a significant amount of income if I wasn't operating and working. And so there are insurance companies that will take your income. And let's say that you make $5,000 a month. They'll go to it and they'll say, hey, we'll cover you for up to X amount of money a month. We'll pay you like $10,000 to cover you for 2 months until you can get back to work. And then if you're out of work a extended amount of time, then there are government programs and other insurance comes into play. And so there's things I really need to get that. So really, really need to get that. Long-term insurance. Yeah, there's other things that you can really, really you can check in. But go on. There's some websites that will compare insurance policies for you. So just check it out. I called around. I called a couple places. I talked to them about it. I had a broker help me. Freedom Life Insurance is Freedom Health or Freedom Life. There, Freedom Health, not Freedom Life. Sorry, Freedom Health Insurance is something you can get. But you pay it just like you would pay. Your company takes $50 a week out of your paycheck. You send them $200 a month. It's pretty much that easy. So look behind me. What's behind me? There's nothing behind me. Nothing but a wall behind me. Anyways, so if there's any other questions, I just realized it's 9:45. I keep you guys on here for a while. I'm sorry about that. But look forward to make sure you guys stay tuned. So those are the 3 things to watch for. Next week, we're going to do a charity show to help my dear friend Sarah out. We'll get her some money to help with the rescue. Oh, if you guys want to check her out, I'll link the charity down below so you can look at her between now and next week. It's called Have a Heart. Hava, H-A-V-A, Have a Heart on Instagram. She's also on Facebook under Furry Buddy Animal Rescue. I'll link it all below. So come back and check this video out and grab the links to the charity. She has rescued hundreds of dogs this year. She takes her own personal vehicles out. They have an army of cages and foster homes, and they get these dogs adopted. And she's in Missouri. They have shut down, single-handedly stopped puppy mills from operating. So she does an amazing job. She really doesn't get enough credit. I love her to death, and I try to help her out at least once a year. So, and then in 2 weeks, we'll be at Posh Fest. That's October 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. I'll be in Dallas by myself. News Lindy Glenn's going this year, so we'll probably see her there. Megan Reed will be there. We'll see her. Sydney will be there. We'll see her. Lots of people going to be hanging out at Posh Fest. Make sure you check that out. October 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. I'll be there with Trey Whitlock. He did the Crushing Estate Sales book. If you guys need to learn about estate sales, you can buy that book on my website, rockstarflipperonline.com, under guides. They're all there individually, or you can buy all 7 of them for $49. And then finally, the last weekend of October, Sydney, Colleen, Star, and Keith will be in Florida. St. Augustine will be going to Halloween Horror Nights, and then St. Augustine for the haunted tours and the haunted rides. So I have video from all of that. I can't wait. It's exciting. And if you're in Dallas, if you want to be and meet me in Dallas, October 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. I leave early the 14th, so 11, 12, and 13. Message me on Facebook, text me, whatever you need to do, and I will get together with you guys. We'll get a drink. We'll get some food, some Dallas, Texas, big food, and we'll have fun. If you're in or around St. Augustine, Florida, October 25th, 26th, 27th, I believe. Or no, 26th, 27th, 28th. We'll be there for those days, so feel free to message me. Otherwise, we will... we'll let you guys go. Lauren, can't wait to see you all at Posh Fest. I can't wait to see you there. I heard Jessica Smith will be at Posh Fest. You guys are going to have to ask her on her channel. I don't know. Good question. Anyways, have a wonderful evening, guys. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for all the super chats. Thanks for the support. Make sure you check out the website, rockstarflipperonline.com. It's down below. If you want to join the VIP group, you don't need me anymore. Just go on there, click it. I'll take care of the rest. And anything that I offer you guys, the estate sale, the Posh Boss, all this stuff, it's all on the website. Everything you need. Until next time, thanks, guys. I'll see you next week.